Hello!
It's always so good to see you guys waiting for us when we get here. I'm always excited to see.
How's it going, everyone? Good?
83 of you. Awesome. How's it going? we haven't looked at the camera yet, so let's see what's going on. We're in our friend's beach shack at the moment here in the Bahamas. They wanted us to house sit, which is amazing. So
that'll be in some videos coming up reasonably shortly, I'd say.
Yeah.
Really lovely people. Friends of friends from Charleston, and we met them. They got 2 little kids, and yeah, we're staying here for a little bit.
Yeah,
so
instead of doing renovations to their home in Charleston, they decided to buy a little beach shack here in the Bahamas, and it was just the best idea ever, in my opinion. Cool, so we have a bunch of stuff we want to talk to you about first, and then we have some new questions from you and some old questions. And I haven't really... Riley doesn't know much about what's going on here, a little bit, but I haven't gone through this with you just yet. But this is
I went swimming with Lenny.
Yeah, Riley and Lenny have been swimming. He just loves it. And you're a little bit grumpy now, mister. Hey, do you want to say hello to everyone? Hey? He wants his bottle. Okay, cool. So I'm going to talk about the Annapolis Boat Show, which goes from the 10th of October until the 14th of October. We're definitely going to be there. We'd love to meet you guys there. A suggestion for you guys is we haven't been able to get our hands on any cheap tickets for you guys just yet. They aren't really replying to us. So, if you need to buy tickets, if you're one of those anxious people that need to buy tickets now, then definitely buy them and we'll shout you a beer at the boat show, hopefully. But we're still working on that. So if you want to bear with us... We're trying. Bear with us for an extra month and then we'll update you again. And then if we still don't hear from them, we might just have to buy tickets, and we apologise. We're trying really hard. So accommodation, what would be a good idea is, I don't know, if you guys want to book accommodation with each other, maybe you can share an Airbnb, or there's some more information of accommodation on their website, which is AnnapolisBoatShows.com.
I guess you could hook up together in the chat below.
Exactly. No, so there's a community tab here on Patreon. You'll see that we've gotten in there lately, and a few weeks ago we kind of discovered it, and I think it's really cool. It's a community tab. You'll see it on our page, and you guys have been posting on there. It'd be really cool if you guys, maybe communicated on there with each other, and maybe you could, if you're going alone, you could pair up with someone and organise accommodation.
We've found that has worked. Sorry to interrupt. I've found it's worked quite well in the past. Whenever we've done a meetup, people have gone away friends, because from all different walks of life, but there's a lot of things that we've all got in common, and it's just been amazing how well everyone's got along. So I would, if there's a chance for you to all jump in together and share an Airbnb or something like that, I would recommend it, because everyone seems to get along pretty well. It's
good. And about that too, the boat show, we're hoping to do a meetup in Annapolis with just patrons, and whether that be at a private venue, if any of you guys know of a place where we could all meet up, whether it be like a sail club or like a small venue of some kind. Stay on my boat, Greg. Oh, thanks, Greg. If you guys know of anywhere we could do just a Patreon meetup, please let us know. Send us an email. That'd be amazing. If not, we're going to have just a Patreon event somewhere in the boat show area, whether that be on La Vagabond, because as you know, La Vagabond's going to be on display, or just another area in the boat show.
Event might be quite a strong word.
Yeah, just a meetup.
A meetup. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
there won't be any fireworks.
There won't be fireworks. It'll just be very chill.
Ferris wheel.
We want to meet you guys.
Yeah.
So that's probably enough about the boat show. New York City, we're also going to be in New York definitely in August. We'd love to have a Patreon meetup there. Again, if anyone has any ideas of where we can meet up, something super chill, we don't want a flash hall that's got bright lights. A sail club would be really cool. Just a room where we can all hang out, maybe have a beer and chat.
A dark room with a dirty couch.
Please, if you know of a place we can do that in New York in August, send us an email. We wanted to say thank you for your Patreon videos you've been sending us to pop into our episodes.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, really cool, you guys.
So good.
So if anyone wants to be famous for an episode, if you want to be a part of it.
they've been really good. Probably it's going to be hard to top Noel's.
Yeah, Noel's was beautiful, playing the guitar. We're going to have to put that in again soon.
Yeah, we're going to put that in.
But we haven't put all of yours in. We've got a bunch of them now. We'd still love more from you. And if you're interested in starring in an SLV episode, just send us an email and we'll send you what to do back. That'd be really cool.
Interesting and creative.
Yeah, basically. And yeah, definitely get on the community tab on Patreon. That's where we're going to be hanging out a lot more. Goodness
me, Elena, you're very organised.
I am, aren't I?
She's a mum now.
I'm still nesting.
Yeah. Lenny and I get bossed around a fair bit these days.
It's so funny, like, if you guys had met me before I even hopped on board Le Vagabond the first and met Riley,
or even just after.
Yeah, it took me a while to be organised. I'm still not organised now, but just, I was so chill before. Did not have an organised bone in my body, I would say.
Oh, you did. You did. Now you're a wonderful mother.
Anything else to add, Ralph, that you wanted to tell our lovely patrons?
No, I think we're going very well at the moment.
Cool. All right, we got some questions from you guys. This one's from Sheila. Do you want to speak, Riley?
I've been speaking.
You think I'd had a coffee or something? I haven't, though. 6 p.m. at night. This one's from Sheila. Are your time management skills as awesome as they look after editing? Cleaning, cooking, videoing, being a new mum, sailor, and partner. You should write a book. Oh, thanks, Sheila.
She's writing a book.
Okay, we talked about this last time, and I thought the book was done, but Riley's saying it needs a lot more work. Apparently,
sorry. After the first draft is done, I would imagine, not having published several books myself, that the hard work feels like it's done, but then there would be a lot more from that point onwards.
Yeah.
So Elena's nearly finished with the first draft.
Yeah, and Christina, if you're watching, Christina from Maine, she's one of our patrons, she sent me like heaps of things I can do from here on, like with the book, so putting it on Audible and all that kind of stuff. Anyway, the book should be coming soon. Time management. A lot of my time like goes into the videos, definitely, and Lenny. Those are my top 2 priorities. I wouldn't say I'm particularly like good with time management. Hey, like I like to do things in like spurts. If there's a lot of editing to be done, I'll like edit for 2 or 3 days straight, and I'll forget to exercise, and I'll forget to like take care of myself, and I'll kind of forget all the other things that are important that I should also be doing.
But you do, certainly now you've been running on top of everything else and swimming and taking Lenny for swims.
Yeah.
I think that Elena's time management skills are pretty good.
I'm getting better. I'm trying to think of other ways I can improve.
There's always room for improvement.
Definitely. So no, Sheila.
Has anyone seen or heard about Tim Ferriss? The 4-hour work week?
Oh, yeah.
I don't love that dude, but it's a good concept. Anyway.
This one's from John Bartolucci. I'm wondering how many gallons of fresh water you all go through and how well the water makers keep up.
So the water maker has been amazing. It is a desalator, which is a French model. There's a difficulty sourcing parts at times, but still we don't have that problem because I send an email to Outremer and they're very, very helpful. So that hasn't been a problem for us, but I have heard that it's been a problem for other people. They are, if you're using them frequently, there's very rarely problems. You do have to change the filters. I mean, there's some very easy maintenance to do there. And then you also have to pickle them. It gets a bit more difficult if you leave for a long time, so you've got to pickle them and do stuff like that.
We would be friends with a power cat, Jason. We can be friends.
And how many gallons? So litres, I have no idea. We on this boat, we haven't had a problem. So with the 640 watts of solar and the 2 engines on a crossing, we ran very, very rarely. With Elena and I and 400 litres of water on board, we've had no problems at all anywhere.
Yeah,
it's different for each boat, but just, I don't know, Outremer just know they've had so much feedback, and we're all in on a similar, we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
So we're all world travellers that want to sail around the world, basically. So they just know how much you need, and they've got them set up properly for what we need.
Marlena said she read the 4-hour work week, halfway through it. Cool. I need to read it.
Did you like it, Marlena? Do you like it?
We'll
it's
wait
going to
for
take
an
you a
answer.
while to respond, I guess, but yeah.
On that
I've
water
heard his
topic.
podcast, and yeah, it's okay.
On the water topic, we're making a video that's going to be posted very soon about like how we shower and how much water we use. Yeah.
Can I interrupt?
Yeah.
So Lenny does this really, really funny thing where if I put the bottle next to him, he'll go like, he's got a lot of fish-like behaviours. So he's got a head shake like a fish. Did I do this last time? So if I put the bottle next to him.
Oh, don't tease him.
Do it. Shake your head. He's not going to do it now, but he gets in close and he goes,
like really like
and
primitive.
Yeah. And he likes shiny things.
He does.
Things that dangle. There's a lot of fish-like behaviours.
We need to buy him some more toys. My mum got really mad at me. I was on the phone to her.
But please don't send us toys.
Yeah, we don't need any toys. We were just like a strictly no toys. We didn't want stuff around the boat. We didn't want to buy heaps of plastic things. And now we realise why people buy toys. You kind of need them. Go figure.
A bad parent.
Alright, back on the water topic, we're making a video about how we shower, how much water we use, and that kind of thing. I wanted to tell you that in this shack that we're staying at, we had friends of friends come over, and one of the girls was, kind enough to offer to wash the dishes after dinner. And the owner of this house and I were sitting outside, and we could both hear like the water, because everyone goes by rainwater here. That's how they're like surviving.
There's a water tank.
Yeah, there's a water tank. And
there's delivery tanks.
Oh, you can get water delivered if you run out, which is like essential as well. But most people just run from rainwater. Anyway, we heard the water running and the pump going off, and him and I were like looking at each other because I feel his pain. Like when you hear that water pump going off in your boat, you know the water level is just getting lower and lower. And yeah, it was afterwards, I like went inside and politely said, maybe like we should turn the tap off because there's not much water. Like they'll probably run out of water. And she was like, I had no idea. And then she was trying to be conservative with the water. And even still, the water was still like free flowing. And then afterwards she came up to me and she was like, wow, like I didn't realize, Elena, like at home when I'm washing the dishes, like I do that all the time. Like I just let the water like run. Like I didn't even know where the water comes from. And like that was amazing to hear and really honest of her to say. And just being on a boat, that's one thing that I really appreciate having learnt is that you don't have
finite resources.
Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to tell you that story.
We've spoken about that when your mates came to visit.
Yeah. I don't know, water is so precious. I realise it more and more. And food. Especially here in the Bahamas. Okay, the next question is from Christopher. You are the best producer on earth and the sea. It's such a joy, interesting and fun to watch. Requests, more Atlantic Helmsman Boogie with headphones, more Elena music, and please more Riley philosophy. Loved his single-handed sailing to New Zealand videos. From Christopher in Denmark. Are you watching, Christopher? Awesome. Well, that's great.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's very
We'll try to include more of that.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't want to push that stuff. I'm talking about the philosophy. If I'm feeling it, I'll roll it out. If I've got something I feel is relevant or interesting. But I don't want to start just riffing for no reason. So yeah.
You do have a lot to say, Rouse, and I think if you were to
we're not always filming.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some pretty deep conversations. We should try and capture more of those on film.
We probably should.
Yeah. Okay. We'll try. Now, this one is from Granny Kelly. Is that how you say? Granny
like
Kelly.
Spelling mistake.
No, it's got a little thing above the A. I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. Elena and Riley, living in close quarters with your partner must be lovely, but could be challenging at times, I reckon, especially on longer voyages where you don't have the opportunity to disembark for a walk, etc. Do you find that to be a challenge at times simply because it's hard to have space and time to yourself, or is it not an issue? Just curious. Sending you guys. And little Lenny, my best from cold Ireland. She's from Ireland. Absolutely, yeah. I think we've talked about this in the past. Like, once a month, Riley and I just cannot stand to, like, look at each other, would you say?
Yeah,
and
we argue enough.
Yeah, and we acknowledge that, and we know it's because we spend 24 hours a day with each other, and we're usually, like, able to come to some kind of conclusion or meet each other in the middle and make it better. We realise that it's because we're together all the time, we have the responsibility of the boat.
Working together.
We're working together, we have a baby together.
Working, be it coiling ropes or making movies, or with Lenny, we do it all together.
Yes.
24/7.
So we're in like a pretty unique situation. Most people leave their partner for the day while they go to work and come back and they're excited to see each other, but Riley and I are together 24/7. So we definitely argue and we definitely can't stand to look at each other once a month. And when we can't leave, like, because we are in close quarters, especially on a longer crossing, which is what you were talking about, we just zone out and we listen to our Audible books or we read a book. And we kind of just, like, do our own thing, I'd say, for a day. But the best thing is that we just talk about it, and that's really helped. We just acknowledge that there's a bit of hate.
It can get really rough, though.
Yeah.
Like any relationship, we're not, magic. We probably, I would say we probably, because of our situation, argue and then make up more than, maybe not.
Yeah,
maybe
we don't have time to hold grudges.
Not really.
Yeah, like probably like 12 hours max we've ever gone with like being super grumpy at each other. And then like you can't be grumpy anymore.
I reckon you cracked 13 once.
Probably.
A few people wrote in and said, why do I call you Pants? That is, I tell this story, no one likes it. It's really boring.
Yeah.
There was...
Let me tell a quick sum up.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's going to go on forever.
Yeah, go. I'll just say the bit that Matthew likes.
We're in France. Riley likes to embarrass me in public. And in France, no one can understand Riley at all because of his really strong Australian accent. When we would be ordering at restaurants or something like that, he would always throw out words that the waiter or waitress couldn't understand for a joke that I could understand, and it'd be a random word like... Well, he started off with Books Baby. Instead of saying merci beaucoup, he'd be like Books Baby, and the waitress wouldn't even know. And I would just be there, I'd blush, I'd go red, and I'm like looking at Riley like, shut up, what's he gonna say next? And then from there he started calling me Bookie Pants, and then it ended up just being Pants, and then I call him Bookie.
Thought it was funny because you call me Bookie and I call her Pants. See, it's terrible. The only time I've told that story and someone laughed was because instead of calling her Pants, when we were in Italy, I was calling her Pantaloons. And Matthew lost it. He thought that was...
He was calling me Pantaloons.
He thought that was quite funny.
Pantaloonias.
Pantaloonias.
Yeah, Pantaloonias.
Oh, pantaloons.
Pantaloonias. You want to say hello to everyone now? Now that you're full? Hey? You want to put him near the camera? Let's say hello to everyone. Oh, Stuart at large thought that was funny. I'm glad. Lenny, say hi. Lenny, say hello. There we go. Lenny, who's that?
Say.
Show him how you growl.
Say. Elena spends probably an hour a day going, say mama. Say mama.
I'm determined to make his first word mama, but I've already heard him do the sound duh, so I know he's going to say dada first. And I've tried, I like chant mama to him like 5 times a day.
So I make fun of her and I walk around in the shopping centre going, say mama. Another terrible personal joke.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. I wanted to answer some...
20 minutes. We've got 5 more minutes. 2 minutes left. We need to wrap. We need to...
Yeah.
People will get bored of us. Are you all bored of us? We answered no questions.
Okay, this one's from David K. Taylor. I'm sure you have lots of advice for those who want to pursue this or similar...
His first word will probably be pants.
That's funny. Pursue this or similar lifestyle and you have given much along the way in your video logs. But other than that, just do it. What would be your top 3 legendary, amazing advice bits for those looking to follow in your wake? Oh, you just moved the camera down a bit.
Oh no, I was trying to do that.
You want that? Okay.
Maybe just up a bit.
There we go.
Okay, what was that?
What are 3 legendary, amazing advice bits for those looking to follow in your wake? I would say, like, go on someone else's sailboat, definitely, if you can. The more time you can spend around the ocean and on a sailboat before you actually head off would be amazing.
And when you're on it, listen. I've had people that
Excuse you.
want to learn and they come on board and I start trying to tell them stuff and it just goes. It's not. Probably younger people just don't even understand that there's things to learn about sailing. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But they come on with the I want to learn.
But they don't actually want to learn. So yeah, go on someone's boat and want to learn and absorb all the information you can, because when you get out there, it'll be really handy to have some experience.
And then, I walk a bit of a funny line all the time with how I hand out this advice. So for someone like me that's out there in the world, I would say, yeah, you can do it, but maybe not do a course. Maybe you don't have to do a course, but just I don't want to use the word be careful either because I hate that.
Yeah.
But just maybe tone it down a little. Like, yeah, you'll be okay, but try and read all the books and do everything. Be a little bit more conscientious than perhaps I was when I first went out there, a little bit gung-ho. But there might be some grandmas and grandpas out there that are just petrified. And to those people, you have to say, like, you're not going to instantly die the minute you set foot on a boat. And at some point, you've got to leave port. So I'm giving advice to such a wide range of people that it's usually better if I'm looking someone in the eyes and quickly judging how I think that they might be behaving. Yeah. And it's that's such a broad question. It's that whether or not to encourage someone or discourage depends on the person, basically. Totally.
I just thought of something else. I would say, because when Riley and I first started, we were going from country to country non-stop. We sailed all the way to New Zealand, and yeah, that was like wild and the best time of my life. But if you're just starting with sailing, starting in one country and staying there for 6 months to learn how to sail, to break all the things that you're going to break and get them fixed in the same spot, that would be really handy, just to stay in one spot you're comfortable with.
Go slow. I'll always say, have realistic expectations. Buy our sail guide, or you guys are patrons so you can get it for free. There's a lot of advice in there. Some of it's good.
Yeah, if you haven't got the sail guide yet and the videos, send us an email and we'll give that to you.
If you feel like you want to buy it, then buy it. If not, send us an email and we'll send you a copy if you can't afford it or whatever. I think that there's some good advice in there, and you should have it. So. And
any more advice for someone thinking of doing the same thing we're doing?
Well, I want legendary advice. Yeah. So you need to be a legend. Yeah. So take up free diving. There's no better pairing with a sailboat.
Definitely comes in handy when you check on the anchor too.
But yeah, for sure.
And I think that's
next question.
Okay, I really like that question. I feel there's lots that we could say, but
all of that is honestly in the sail guide.
Bob and Michelle Murray, since you just did a Hollywood sailing disaster movie review, what would be easier to recover from on an ocean crossing? A capsized monohull or a demasted catamaran? I'm going to leave this one to you, Riley. Can I hold Renton?
Now I need to make sure I get this right. A capsized monohull.
Or a demasted catamaran.
A capsized monohull is a good chance of sinking. So I would say a catamaran.
A demasted catamaran, yeah. You could rig up something with some sticks.
Demasted or capsized catamaran.
No, other way around.
No, but I would rather be on a catamaran, full stop. I think I wouldn't want to be on either. Yeah, that's what. Yeah. How do I become a Mad Dog Spearfish legend? Dennis, I think you probably already are, mate.
If you want to come up with a funny skit for Patreon that we can put in our videos, doing a Mad Dog retake.
Yeah, that could be a disaster.
Yeah, it could.
If you feel like you've got the skills to come up with that, I would love to see one of them.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Amazing. Let's take some from the floor.
Yeah, let's take some from the floor. Fun. Mike D. Gonna have to bring Meg back to the boat. My hot Aussie friend. I'll try organise that for you.
Is that what he said?
He's talking about my hot Aussie friend. That's got to be Meg. You haven't met Meg yet, have you? You were in my belly. You were.
Mike D, yes.
Any more questions, guys? We're going to take them from you now.
We wouldn't want to be on either. You sound... Bob and Michelle sound like Matthew. Sorry for the finger. Scroll. I'm like you.
He wouldn't want to be on either boat either.
Riles, working offshore, been wanting to start sailing after trying flying motorbikes. Managed to get my day skipper course done while my wife was... Well done, mate.
Pregnant. Awesome.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that last bit. Any plans to explore the North Atlantic? Come visit the Irish? Not at this point. I would love to. We had those plans, but with this little guy, it's just got to be... we just have to make life more simple.
Yeah.
So it's been... We've gone a little bit slower, but probably made more movies.
Yeah, and like having an amazing time, really getting to know the locals and...
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's so much better just going a little bit slower to what we have been. Yeah, but you know, we've mostly been tied to the seasons too in the past. Like we've had to get our skates on because there's only a certain time to cross the Pacific and so on. So, we have the hurricane season coming up soon, and that's going to be our next big trip.
Terry Stewart wants to know how we manage night passages.
With Lenny, Riley basically stays up till 4 a.m. until he can't stay awake anymore, and then...
I'm just punching coffee after coffee after coffee. Most people do a watch system, but I think that works well on an Atlantic crossing, but I find that having a scheduled roster when there is only 1 or 2 nights, you don't get into a routine anyway. So if it's 15 days or even 5 days, yeah, you can have a scheduled roster. But the way we do it is I stay up for as long as I can until I'm completely exhausted. Then I get Elena, and then we start maybe a watch system then. And we always make sure that someone definitely knows they're on watch.
Yeah. And I'm obviously watching Lenny, so like when we're sailing overnight, last time we did that, he was quite small, so it'd be interesting to see how he goes now with sleeping, because he seems to be quite a light sleeper, I'd say. Like, he doesn't just...
We're doing one soon, so
yeah.
he'll be fine.
Yeah, but the first night's always super exhausting because neither of us really sleep. But then after that, like, yeah, we'll be able to get naps in during the day and stuff like that. But that first night's pretty...
They're important if you want to cover ground. Like, so I spoke about this when we were doing the videos, the daily videos after Lenny was born. Like, for example, if you're inside or near the Intercoastal Waterway and you're heading south from Charleston down to Florida, rather than popping out and in and out and in and out and in, because you're wasting like an hour here and an hour there, or even more, an hour and a half. By the time you bring the anchor up, put the sails up, you're doing all this sort of stuff. If you want to actually sail, each time you go in and anchor, you're wasting a lot of time. And usually you're trying to do that on high tide, which you can never do because you're always pushing. You could spend a lot of time going nowhere. So if you want to actually make ground, then yeah, I really do suggest doing an overnighter or a 2 nights at sea or 3 nights at sea. You just watch those miles just rack up. It's good fun, pretty easy, less daunting than you think, and yippity yoo-ha, you've done it.
Lenny is teething. I think Darren, you just asked, because he wants to bite everything. He like tries to chew my knees and my hands, and then
like a fish.
He's got 2 bottom teeth. You want to show me bottom teeth? You probably won't be able to see them. He's got 2 little bottom teeth. I'm waiting for a top one to come through. But they're so cute. I can't wait till he has a top tooth. It's going to be amazing.
It's been so fun doing him swimming lessons.
Doing him swimming lessons? That is not very good English.
No, it's not. I'm hanging out with you too much.
Yeah. I always joke around and say that English isn't my first language.
It's Mongolian.
I didn't pay attention in school. Okay.
Sweet. All right. Thank you very much, guys. I hope that we weren't boring.
Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Yeah. Get into the community section of our Patreon page.
Send in those videos.
Send in some videos to SetOnTheVagabond@gmail.com.
Oh, you don't need to do that on this video.
Thumbs
up for babies.
Let us know if there's any place we can meet up in Annapolis. If anyone knows, let us know if there's somewhere you can think of in New York in August.
Oh, we've got that goal of reaching 1%. So thank you. If you're new here, thank you very much for that. And if you're old, please stick around. No, we do. That is a goal that we've set ourselves and we'd like to reach, and we're slowly ticking in that direction. So it's really, really good.
Yeah, you guys are amazing, and we love you, and we can't wait to meet more of you. So please help us in organising that. That'd be awesome.
Wunderbar.
All right.
All right.
We're going to say good night and